Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Filmmaker Q&A for the feature film you just saw, Mareld. We're joined by director Ove Valeskog and actor and co-producer Victor Akerbaum. Did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, it's fine. Good.
It's fine enough. Good enough. Okay. Well, welcome. Both of you actually appeared in another film that we've played at our festival called Huldra, Lady of the Forest, which was kind of a folk horror, psychedelic friends trip through the woods. And it's interesting for us because this new film Mareld is kind of a not quite a psychedelic, but it's a trip through, I guess, an island on the archipelago.
They were really interested in the ways that the two films sort of intermesh a little bit. It's like Mareld is almost about making a movie like Huldra, right? But sort of the behind the scenes, portions of it. I also just looked at the poster art and noticed that you've got very sort of a consistent poster style between both films as well.
Yes, that's correct. There are similarities in the stories if you look at the film in the film, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's the symbolic values and the Nordic style. I would like to just have them together a little bit just for people to understand that there are similarities in story.
Now the locations are magnificent, and so that's in the Stockholm archipelago where you were filming.
Yes, a little bit south of Stockholm. It's in Nynäshamn. It's the start of the Stockholm archipelago, so that's correct. Yes.
Hi. Hello, hi. So this is the Stockholm. This is the archipelago. You see? Back.
And so you're filming a project there now, as well.
Yeah, that's right. So, but this is another kind of film. This is a Viking movie, but let's not talk about that. But it's a beautiful location, and yeah, we have it. So that's.
Yeah, actually, I'm also in the production of an archipelago film. One more actually, as we speak. So. But this time we're working on each project
On our own.
On our own,
we don't
yes.
work together, me and Ove. So, but this time
are you near each other?
No, not.
Not really.
No, not really. It's a big. I'm outside of Birka. That was like the beginning of all the Viking things, and so I'm like I can see it, and it's a cool place. It's a cool spot.
And I'm in Stockholm. I'm in the city.
Oh, okay.
Near the airport.
All right.
Well,
so go ahead. I was going to ask about the story itself of how did you have this idea to film a movie and then film a movie about the movie or the making of the movie?
How much of that is built on experiences you've maybe had?
Should I take this, Ove?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So Ove and I we worked on Huldra together, and then we had a lunch like maybe half a year before we started with filming, and I was like, shouldn't we use what we have, like the Swedish archipelago and the rights to stay, like to be there, because we have those kind of rights in Sweden, to like be in nature. You can, not First Amendment, you cannot be shot if you're like strolling around in the woods, So so we like, okay, and what about making a film in broad daylight? And then Midsummer came, but that was before. So what about making that like and I was like. Oh yeah, I do that, and then Ove said like, yeah, let me come back to you. And then after a while, he and eventually things started to happen, So and he had his own script, like I had it on the other side of the story, but the other actors did not have that. They did not know what they were into, and so some things happened that we could use, and we used, and we just filmed. Other things were planned, and they did not know. So it was a ride for them.
So you really did film it the way you described it.
Yeah.
Yes. It was interesting. The first idea was like, how would you do when we did Huldra? We were a full team. We had 25 to 30 people on set, and I felt like to do this indie style and to get it done in short time, you have to do it in different kind of way, and I wanted to try that. And so I told them, let's go out with a boat and let's film it day to day and in chronological order. And then I wrote an outline, and I told him this is a great outline, but I actually I have one more outline, and that's a secret one. So I told Victor, let's keep that secret and tell the actors that we're just making this film about this Mara, and then we'll tell them that we are going to make a documentary at the same time, but not anything else about the documentary. And then I wrote parts of scripts for the documentary also, and we put in some people to surprise the actors. So actually, when there are this guy in the scene in the middle of the film coming up and pushing everyone to go away and just wanted to crash the party, so to speak. He is what do you call it? Mulvad mole. he's a they didn't know about him at all, so they felt like this is for real. And from then on, we are trying to keep that as a double play for the actors, and that was really fun.
You sort of feel it in the scene. You can really feel that their reactions are authentic. Like what the fuck is happening, right?
Yeah. It was cool. It was hard to keep that, but we needed to do that to get the right feeling that we felt. So it was
many films have done this in the past.
Well, sure,
like
Greg.
Alien with the chest bursting, and to get that natural response from
Greg. Greg Hale lives in Portland here, is the producer of the Blair Witch Project, and we were talking to him at some point, and well, I think everybody kind of knows that that's what he sent out his actors with sort of a rough outline and no real script, and just screwed with them in the woods until they were flipping out. And man, it works. You can really see it. They're flipping out in that movie.
So with trying to keep your actors kind of not filling them in on everything, was it difficult to then go set up everything without them really knowing what was happening? Because you have some scenes where there's the tents, and there's the scene with the stone circles, and the dinner scene on the rocks and things like that. Was it like more challenging than it normally would be to set all that stuff up?
They knew about that.
Yeah.
So like one part of the script they knew about, and because we were making a documentary that didn't react on the other camera, so that was all good. And and we also had to bring, and because Sweden is not that big country, so we couldn't have an actor that they would recognize. So it's actually a friend of mine, the military guy, is like, but he's like went in there, and it was believable, and he's a military guy as well.
But also it went a little bit schizophrenic, because some parts were written and some parts weren't written, because we had trouble to get certain things, but we got them anyway, because we had an angry man in the other side of the sea over on an island far away, and he wanted to crash our production. So he sent in the military, and he sent in this big boat coming up to our cliff when we were recording. That's for real also, because he wanted to crash it, and he told to police that it was the island was on fire because we had a light there that looked like a fire.
Yeah.
So that part is also for real. It's the only thing I did was like I changed the voice. I took another voice and put into my own words. But the boat was, thank you very much, Mr. Bad Guy.
Wow. Wow. Oh, so that bit where they're sort of on the cliff and the boat pulls up, that just happened.
Yeah.
That's just happened. Yes. Also, when the amphibious boat came passing by the catamaran in the end, it's also a real military coming. We just blurred their faces so they can't say that they were on film. So that was real military coming up, looking for me and wanted to talk to me.
Well, that answers the question of how much of the film, of those scenes in the film, were based on your own experience. Yeah. But I guess it was your experience.
Yes.
When it was happening.
Yeah, totally. And that this kind of filmmaking is so much fun because it is what it is, and things happen, you know, and people, you know, it's tough. You work hard, and some people handle it better than others. Some people, you know, or whatever it is. So and also we said we need to use what we have, and Ove is a sailing guy, so it's his boat. So it's like, can we do something like first act on your boat? Like, yeah, bring it. And also all the people on this boat, and like in tents on the island, and like how we live there. And like Uwe had to do everything, I have to do everything. The engines broke down, like things got smashed, destroyed. And so we like, okay, and we looked at each other like every morning, like, okay, it is what it is. Take the day as it comes, and just work this out, whatever it is. So, and like, we made it all, like okay, I'll make the food, you know, dishes, and and also should I tell the story about the the girls and when you have to take care
funny.
of the shit?
That's a funny one.
Yeah. You tell the story.
You have to
right?
tell it now.
Yeah, okay, I can tell it. Yeah, it was, you know, we had only one toilet on the boat, so 10, 12, 15 people have to poo, you know, and this toilet couldn't handle the shit actually. So I had to fix things in the boat. So I had to go there to the toilet and take care of the shit. Was overloading the toilet. So, and the girls, the women on the boat, they went to panic. My God, I don't want him to grab my shit. I had to go somewhere else. So they went to the island and took their shit there. So, and the funny thing was, when we were on the island, Victor was about to be dead in several hours, lying down on one spot, and we noticed that some of the girls were very nervous about this situation. It was more than tense. And then, then I realized that there's a lot of flies, and here's some strange paper on the side, and then I realized that Victor was lying just in the toilet, right? Around him. He was lying in their toilet. In the woods where they had
escaped. It's a shitty job, man.
That's the spirit of independent filmmaking right there.
Yeah, it's like, just go again. Let's do it. Yeah, like, okay, I'm laying down here, shit, my mouth, face broken.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a low point.
Did it bring you all closer together?
Did.
Yeah.
It really did. We were like a what do you call it? Sect.
Sect.
Like
a cult.
Like a cult. Yes, like a cult. When we left the boat, everyone was like a part of a cult.
So the performances were incredible. How did you find these actors to be in your movie? Did you know that you wanted them, or did you do an open call?
Okay. We casted one part. The other parts we had a good idea about, and also we needed actors that we knew we could count on, and like, yeah, were tough, and so we find the perfect cast for that. They were tough, and like, just go again, and like, yeah. Because sometimes it's very, yeah, it can be when you make films like that, like, okay, you wrap at like midnight, and then you have to be back on set like a couple of hours later. That can happen, so you need to be pretty cool with that, and also not like you need to take like, because we didn't have like showers, and you have to do everything yeah, clean up yourself in the ocean. So yeah, we're
the
very
hard
happy
thing was yeah, we were looking for actors that also had worked behind the camera, as in some parts behind the camera also, because we wanted people that was engaged in making film as filmmaking, and not only for being an actor. So the main cast is actually a lot of them are directors or working behind the camera in different kind of ways also. So because we wanted people that were engaged in just, like to make film more than they like to be an actor,
or comfortable even.
yeah.
Yes.
Hannah's performance is really something in that, like the different threads she pulls together through the story. But she also was in the dark about a lot of the story, or was she more in on it than some of the others?
If she was into the backstory.
Oh, how much of the story did she know? Was she in a
Nothing.
similar?
Oh. She just was
blind.
Yeah, she did not know a thing, and
wow.
so, but it was, yeah. But she's a very good person to have, and she's very like stubborn, and like she goes for it and like work hard. So and when the military guy shows up, she's like, we need to leave, and like even after the camera's off, she's like, we really need to leave. We really need to leave. I started like moving like chairs, and like, okay, wait, no. He was serious, we gotta go.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long did you let them think that everything was real? Like at what point did they know, okay, that was a setup?
What's should we have the official answer or the real answer? Ove, you decide.
Well, no, it's your call. This is your call.
Okay. I think that Ove broke it a little too early. I wanted to fry them a little bit more, but he he broke it because he saw what was happening in the group, and like the panic that was spreading. But I wanted to go a little further because I like that kind of things. But
well, actually,
and then they put you down in the ocean. They were like, they couldn't believe it. They were so mad at you.
Actually, it was like I can tell. Yeah, it was like when Victor took one of the cameras and told everyone, let's. I had to go and see what they're up for. So he just went for it. Went away out in the woods with a camera guy, and the other were left with me. And I tried to keep them together, and we have to work here now and do something, proceed with the production. But behind my back, Hannah also already had started to pack down the gear, and so I had to stop what are you doing? It's over now, Ove. It's over. We have to go now. She was tired. She wanted to listen to anything anymore. She just no, Ove, you're crazy. We have to go now.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
So I had no choice. So I told them, let's just give me one more call. I know a guy in the Navy. Let me just call him. So I had to take the phone and I took the phone and I called Victor and Peter that out in the woods and I told them it's all I can't hold them anymore. I can't hold them. I can't hold them. You have to come out now, and we have to just give them the prank.
Otherwise, they're leaving.
Right? Yeah. They were going. I was crazy. Just felt you're mad, man.
You are, but step out in the light now, Ove.
Sorry.
Step out in the lights a little bit. Show your face now. We did the arty filming like both on our room as the best. We even show a dog. So
we really love the complexity in the film. I mean, I think there's even a point towards the end where, as an audience, you feel like okay, this is what we're doing now. But then there's that last little shot, which it feels like that moment had been interrupted, but then it still goes on in the film. That last little shot where Hannah sort of looks up at the camera. You find yourself like, is this just another take, or is this the story thread sort of moving along on its own? Sort of past what we think the conclusion of the film is, and it really does start to make you sort of come back and say, what was real there? What was actually happening? And what am I supposed to believe is real at the end?
That's fantastic. That's fantastic, because that was exactly what I wanted it to be. And I felt I felt if I would make this right, I can give you just one moment. If I just give you 1 second or one moment of actually getting the feeling of not having that control, that life just turns around in your reality, you have no control anymore, and you just hangs in some chaotic kind of feeling that, this is for real. If I just managed that for 1 second, this was a success. That was my feeling. And with the touch of the last scene there, when Hannah is her little crazy smile, I just had to have that to tell everyone, well, you don't know anything.
It's effective.
We actually had, within the jury, people were arguing about whether or not this was a film that actually had a supernatural element or not. And we sort of went back and forth on it, where some of us did feel that there was a hint. There was a little push of the supernatural in there, in the way that the Mara kind of affected what was happening. And then others were like, no, I think we got it. I think there was nothing supernatural. Nothing really happened. So there was definitely some conflict about whether or not, what you were supposed to sort of take away from the end, for sure.
Yeah, and that's also one thing I like to do when I make films. It's like, in the end, when people are going out from the theater, I want them to be disagreeing about what they have seen.
Well, we should probably wrap up pretty soon here, because you guys have some stuff to get to. Do we have any?
I think everyone went to bed.
I think everyone went to, or people might still be watching as well.
Yeah.
But is there any? Are there any stories? Any interesting stories from the filming that you want to share that you haven't talked about already?
Victor, do you have something?
I know you guys are
It's
tired
a lot of stories.
so early in the morning.
Well, they talked about the military guys. They talked about the shit.
Yeah.
They talked about the
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stories. It is.
How
So
long was the shoot?
that's the thing. It was only 15 days. Every day, 15 days. Because we know we had to do that. What?
You were living on a boat and the island for 15 days?
Yeah. It's hardcore. It's not hardcore. But
it was
nice.
It was hard.
Yeah,
and it was hard in many ways, but in the weather was fantastic. We had a fantastic summer that, and actually Victor and the actors, especially the female actors, of course, they all slept in the net underneath the open sky in the last days, just together in the net and just having nice, and and that was quite that was a fantastic moments we had together.
So it was hard work, but also a little bit of vacation, a little bit.
Yeah.
Relaxing camping trip.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, the net sleep, sleeping in the net is a good thing. I can recommend it if it's hot, like on open air. That's very nice, hearing the water and everything. And yeah, it was great.
I want to ask a little bit about there's that pivotal scene with the ceremony, sort of in the second act there, where also the photography is amazing, just amazingly beautiful in that scene. Everybody in the white with those torches, and that beautiful blue sky, that sort of dusk sky. Sort of what was the genesis of the idea, sort of the magical quality of that? I myself, as a cult dabbler, am aware of the Sator square. So when I heard that happening, I kind of sat up and took notice. But what was the idea there? Was this wound up with actual Swedish mythology? Like, is there a Swedish mythological component to this film as well? I know that's a lot of questions.
Yes. Well, the Swedish mythology was of course an element that I wanted to keep with this film also. But when we did this scene, I felt like the improvisation has to be like more. I wanted the actors to take part of these improvisations so much, and I think this one, Malin, was fantastic because she told me, well, I've lived in LA, and I have been living in New York, and I have a lot of friends there working with spiritual stuff, and sometimes they're not, they're it's a special kind of way they work this. So I can take a part of these people into this improvisation and be one of those women I've met. Yeah, go for that. Go for that. So that's just an international fuck up she's doing, and that's fantastic, actually.
She was wonderful.
So I just mixed that.
Was great.
Yeah, she's fantastic there. And Moa is great. She just being the representative for well, you are doing some some weird shit, but I can do the real stuff, so let's do this. That's and the lighting, actually we had only one sky panel the whole production, so this sky panel was working a lot, but we had the greatest of all, the sun, and the Nordic light that helped a lot for the picture, actually.
It is a beautiful place to film. It's just a wonderful looking movie. The shots are so magnificent, and some of the bits, like when when Hannah goes walking kind of up, and you get a little bit of that spirit there, but just that vista of water out there is so amazing, and it's great to see that on screen. It's so immersive, and it really kind of brings you to that place. Wonderful.
That's exactly what we wanted to do, like show what we have, use what we have, and show what we have. It's beautiful. Just the photography and just show this environment is cool. So, and you're welcome whenever you like. You can stroll around freely in the nature. Just put up a tent and go by boat. So come enjoy our archipelago in Stockholm.
Try not to get one's foot cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Spoilers for anybody.
yeah. And that's militaries as well, you know. So I didn't need to. They are hardcore, you know. they are the most brutal guys you can find, and they are like, I'm like, okay, yeah, ever heard about the acting? like that, and they're like, "Ah." Yeah. They were tough guys.
Well, beautiful.
So yeah,
Thank you for sharing your film with us and letting us show it to our audience.
This is exactly the kind of thing we like. I mean, you know, we love it when a film takes you off guard. The one thing we don't like mainstream horror movies that are based on formulas. We really like a film like this that shakes it up and leaves you not really knowing what to think. That's really important to us to be able to showcase that. And we're super pleased that we're able to show a second film from you guys. Huldra was a festival favorite. We had a lot of feedback about how great it was when we showed it back in our second year, 2017, I think. And just really wonderful. And I love the way that these two films kind of work with each other too. It's really great. So we appreciate you being here with us and taking some time out of your very, very early morning to be part of this for everybody.
So if people want to know what you're working on next, how can they find you? Online, social media?
You can, yeah.
Cool.
You can find me in the production of Fungi movie. I think it's in Instagram. The Fungi movie is the film that I'm working on now together with the three directors. We're doing an experimental stuff again now with 4 directors together, 2 female and 2 males, and trying to make a film together in a different kind of way. So Fungi movie.
Yeah, and I'm on. You can see what projects I've been working a lot last year. So I think most of it is up on IMDb, and I will work. I'm looking forward to some films on Iceland, UK, Australia. So I will be busy now, but I have Instagram, Victor.Ackerblom. So welcome to follow my work there. Thanks a lot.
And for the next summer, I should say, watch out, because it's very possible that Victor and I is doing some weird stuff next year also.
I think so.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Well, we can't wait to. We hope your upcoming projects are horror films. We hope we get to see them again, as we really love what you guys have done so far. So.
Thanks. So good. Thank you.
So I'm gonna.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna jet this way. I'm gonna drop out here so I can control all the buttons.
Yep.
And I'll let Gwen see everybody out.
Well, if you are in the audience, thank you for joining us and watching this Q&A. Hopefully you have a little more insight or behind the scenes look at what went into making this incredible movie. And yeah, look for more stuff from these guys, because if you make it, we want to see it.
Thank you very much.
You ready?
Yeah. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye-bye.